We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Aid to the Gaza Strip, State AG's take on Meta, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Tuesday called for Hamas and Israel to suspend fighting in Gaza, saying the Hamas attacks that killed 1,400 Israelis were appalling but cannot justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and UN agencies called for a humanitarian pause in the war to permit more food, water, and medicine to be trucked into the Gaza Strip. Hamas has previously intercepted aid to Palestinian civilians and diverted it away from the civilians that need it to fuel their war effort. Meanwhile, Israel's ambassador to the United Nations is ripping the horrible views that UN Secretary General expressed at a meeting of the Security Council on Tuesday and is calling for his resignation. Ambassador Gilad Erdan described Guterres' remarks as shocking for stating that the October 7th terror attacks on Israel by Hamas did not happen in a vacuum, and that the Palestinian people have been subjected to 56 years of suffocating occupation. The United Nations has a long history of anti-Semitism. Several pro-Palestinian student walkouts are planned for Wednesday afternoon at universities across the New York City area. The student groups are organizing the walkouts at Princeton, New York University, and Columbia, among others, calling for a walkout in solidarity with the Palestinian people. The planned Wednesday walkouts come as college campuses across the United States have been the site of dueling rallies. Tensions are growing in New York and elsewhere over Hamas attacks in Israel and the ongoing war in Gaza. Big donors have been pulling funds from the colleges due to the anti-Semitic rhetoric from these groups and the lack of action taken by the schools. The ignorance exhibited by these students is a symptom of the failure of America's higher education system. Employers have been pulling job offers from students who sign anti-Israeli statements. Some companies have been criticized for these actions, citing free speech. But while the students have the right to express their opinion, the companies have the duty not to hire people who spread hate and deny facts. Dozens of state attorneys general on Tuesday sued Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, accusing the social media powerhouse of harming young users with addictive features, including frequent notifications and infinite news feeds. The lawsuit accuses the company of contributing to a national mental health crisis. Meta has profited from children's pain by intentionally designing its platforms with manipulative features that make children addicted to their platforms while lowering their self-esteem, said New York Attorney General Latifah James. Meta said it was disappointed the officials sued instead of working productively with the company, saying it shared the Attorney General's commitment to providing teens with safe, positive experiences online. The United Auto Workers Union expanded its unprecedented strike against all three of Detroit's big automakers, with 5,000 union members walking out at General Motors' biggest plant. GM's Arlington Assembly Plant in Texas makes the Chevy Tahoe, GMC Yukon, and Cadillac Escalade big sport utility vehicles that are some of GM's most profitable models. GM said it was disappointed by the escalation of this unnecessary and irresponsible strike, saying it had just made a comprehensive new order, increasing the total value of its proposed agreement by 25%. A day earlier, union members walked out at a Michigan factory the BMW called the largest plant and biggest moneymaker for Chrysler's Stellantis. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.